Unraveling the mystery of ankles up in English. Hello, language enthusiasts. Today we're going to dive into a fascinating phrase that might tickle your curiosity: ankles up. This expression isn't one you'll find in your typical English textbook, so stay tuned as we explore what it means, where it comes from, and how you can use it to spice up your English conversations. Let's get straight to the point. What does ankles up mean? Primarily, it's a rather colloquial and somewhat whimsical way of saying that something is completely submerged in water or another liquid. Imagine you're at the beach, and you wade into the water until it reaches your ankles. Now you're literally ankles up in the sea. However, ankles up can also be used figuratively to indicate that someone is deeply involved in a situation or activity, often to the point of being overwhelmed or fully committed. It's like saying you're in over your head, but specifically, you're in as deep as your ankles. You might be wondering where this expression comes from. While the exact origins are unclear, it's likely that ankles up evolved from various English idioms that use body parts to describe depth or involvement. It shares a kindred spirit with phrases like knee-deep or neck-deep. When it comes to using ankles up in a sentence, it works well in informal conversations or creative writing. You might say, after the heavy rains, the park was ankles up in water, or I'm ankles up in paperwork at the office. It's important to note that ankles up isn't a universally known or used phrase. Its understanding might be limited to specific English-speaking communities or regions. So, when you use it, be mindful of your audience. It could be a great conversation starter or a confusing phrase, depending on who you're talking to. Additionally, there are variations to consider. People often say, knee-deep, or up to my neck, to express greater degrees of involvement or submersion. These alternatives are more commonly used and understood in most English-speaking areas. And that wraps up our exploration of the phrase, ankles up. It's a quirky and evocative way to describe being just a little bit overwhelmed or literally up to your ankles in something. Have fun using it in your daily conversations. And remember, language learning is not just about grammar and vocabulary, but also about the colorful expressions that make communication vibrant. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you found this dive into English idioms enjoyable and informative.